In their paper in Bioscience, the two researchers showed that reintroducing the wolves was dash with increased growth of willow and cottonwood in the park. So it should be third form of verb. This reintroducing the wolves was connected with increased growth of willow, or associated with, linked with, or correlated with. So this is based on context. Otherwise, with connected we use to, with linked also we use to, with associated and correlated we use with generally. So associated is when two things are linked to each other, or they are related to each other, they are connected to each other. For example, we can say that these particles are associated with each other. When we want to say that to join as a best friend or as a relative, say that they are associated with each other, like in a relation, that kind of thing, or they're friends with each other. And also we can say, so it's having a relation, connection, or link. And correlated is when the two things are mutually connected with each other. Mutual connection means that if one thing changes, the other one has an automatic effect on that. So one thing increases, the other also increases, so one affects the other is a correlation. And here, according to the context, they wanted to say that reintroducing the wolves was correlated with increased growth of willow. Means if the growth of willow will increase, there will be more wolves. And otherwise also, if the growth of willow or cottonwood, these are the plants or the flora, the vegetation. So if that vegetation will decrease, wolves will not live in that area. So that is correlation. Why? Because grazing animals such as elk were dash sites from which they couldn't escape easily. So if there are some sites where it's not possible for the animals to escape, they will not go to those places. So the animals were evading those sites, avoiding, dodging, or eluding. These words are quite similar, but they do have differences. So evading is when you escape or you avoid by using dishonesty, that is evading. Dodging is avoid by a sudden movement, and eluding is escape from enemy or danger in a skillful way. So here we are talking about sites. Sites are not dangerous. Sites are not enemy. So we cannot say eluding, and dodging cannot come because we are not saying they suddenly move. We are rather wanting to say that they are avoiding those places. They are not going to those areas where it is not possible for them to escape easily. The scientists dash. So scientists maintained this thing, asserted this thing, stated or claimed. So stated is just saying. Assertion is when you kind of say something in very confident and forceful way, that is assertion. And claimed is when you say something without having proof or evidence of that thing. So here they haven't talked about any proof that they have, so we'll say that they have claimed means they, according to their whatever they have observed maybe, or they are claiming this thing, but we don't have any fixed proper evidence for that. And as the woody plants and trees grew taller and thicker, beaver dash expanded. So when the trees will grow thick and they will grow tall, beaver dash expanded. So what can expand? Beaver would be animals. Colonies will expand their gathering, settlement, or satellite. Satellite doesn't fit with the context. Gathering cannot expand. It will be colonies or settlement. So better would be to say colonies expanded, because colonies would be like they were living in a limited area, but when there is more thicker and tall trees in places around surrounding them, so they will start living in more and more of the area, so their colonies will expand.